in another tutorial and another part of our racing vehicle series. So last of part we created the simple environment, but unfortunately I don't know why the mega scan texture is automatically disabled and it's not working. Okay, however in this part we are not going to do the designing part, we are going to do some development stuff. Okay, in this part we are going to do some mechanism with the finish line. Okay, so we can start our match and we can overmatch. So yeah, we are going to also do some UI work. So let's get start. The first thing, in the our content folder we need to create a folder and let's give it named a blue prints. So in this one they'll contain all the basically the blueprints whatever we're going to create. At here I'm going to create a finish line first, BP. So let's give it name that finish line BP, and it will work. Then instead of our finish line BP, what I'm going to do is we are going to add our model at here. So at the assets final, and these are basically the mesh, but we need to go first inside of our mesh because this mesh have a collision. So if you go to collisions, or even you can press the show, you find the simple collision, enable that, and as you can see it's have a basically collision that we don't need, so simply remove that. Now we need our own collisions, so let's do that. Just press a box, you can press to collision and box collision, and now you can adjust however you want. So let me just do adjust, and if you want to do the perfect scaling you can just disable this grid. Now you are able to do more smoothly work. I guess it's enough, and I'm going to do the both for the left and right one. So simply you can Ctrl plus Alt to duplicate that, and then let's make it smaller like this, and make drag and drop at here, make some bigger. Yep, it will be work. Well, we do the same thing, Ctrl plus D to duplicate and just grab them and just put it here. Okay, nice, we have this simple stuff. Now we can drag and drop this in our BP. Once you drag and drop it will look something like that. Compile, save. Now you can remove this one and let's drag and drop our BP. Once we drag and drop our BP we can do lots of stuff with that. Okay, instead of the BP, first I want that whenever my match will be start, okay, so then I can basically go inside of this, otherwise I'm not able to go. For example, even the game has been start, I'm automatically able to go, okay, like this. Okay, and suppose when the message is start, and once I just give a lap, and once I give a lap and suppose I come back like this, the match should be finished. Okay, or yeah, so for making that system we need a collisions. The collisions will be help us to verify that we are overlapping or not, or whatever we are doing. So simply add a box collision and make it something like this. So whenever our car will be, if we hit this line, so yeah. Now at the drag and drop here you find that on component being overlapped. Now from here you can call our cast to you can call our BP name. So what is our BP? I guess by default we don't have any vehicle setup, so yeah, so let me just simply click on a duplicate of our blueprint, and instead of our blueprint let's make a folder called player, and instead of the player folder let me just color it so it will be look nice. And inside the player folder I'm going to move my vehicle to this one. Now I have the vehicle, let's give it a rename to RCBP player. So that is basically our RCBP player. So from the other sector we can cast to cast to RCBP player. Now we can simply drag and drop like this. So now we need a local variable. The first variable we need that enter. So this will collisions the boolean will help us the first time whenever we'll be do the overlap first time. This thing, it will be basically start our match or enter, or let's give it that start lap. Okay, so it will be up, it will be start the lap, and once the start lap will be done, from the box college from our final this one, we want to change the color to suppose to red, or you can even set it to yellow or whatever you want. So I'm going to set it to color as a, if I say let's give it name color C equal, let's give it a color to yellow. Okay, if it's start, then the color should be changed. So we'll get our this static mesh, and then we'll be set material, so we can basically able to change the material. Now we can simply drag and drop, and now if you go at here, you'll be see that at the light we can basically able to change the light. Okay, now instead of the light material, we need to create some light material. Yeah, we need to create some light, so then it will be able to do this stuff. So simply create on material instance, and let's give it them m1 m1. Then at here I'm basically just going to change the texture to this one red. Then I need one more. Which one is that? Oh, I'm seeing that I already created that material instance. Wow. Oh, great. Okay, I'm seeing that I already created the material instance. Let's have all. Now instead of that, this one, let me give it a try that if I bring the yellow one, okay, suppose for the material white, what I want to use this one, okay, as a emissive color. So will it work? Save, and let me simply do a multiplication, multiply by 10 or 5, it will be enough I guess, and save that and come at here. Yep, it's working, but it's basically what I can say, destroying everything. Okay, that was cool. What we can do, I guess, if I disable this one and set this texture at here, okay, or suppose whatever I have, I can set it to emissive, but it will be basically bright. That I guess I need to remake that model, or need to do some modification with this one, because it's not working how I'm basically expected. But for now it will be only changed, so yeah, it's enough for me too. So simply just remove this is stuff, idiot stuff. Okay, now we want to change the material at this position, that is basically the element number 2. So we'll be set the element number index to 2, and because we are going to change that to yellow, I'm going to set that material instance to yellow one. Compile, save, and we will do the same stuff that. So whenever it will be start first time, then it will be verify that if it's true or not. Okay, so if that is true, so it will be basically set that to yellow, so it's been that okay, the race has been started. And then second, if it's false, okay, what I'm going to do, it's if it's true, okay, that is already enabled, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to check that finish. So the finish is basically if it's already true, at that time it will be work. So if it's true, and then if our car has been overlapped, and then what I want to do is, so before do that, I need to get the step lap. If it's true, let's give it like this, and if it's true, then it will be start that, or even first time it should be do this too, but second time if it's true, and then if it's true, at that time if I finish that, okay, so the finisher will be if I do second time. So you can call here a timer like the lap number. So lap number, so I can set it to a integer variable. So change that to a single integer variable, uh single integer variable. So what will we do that if we are overlapping, and we'll be check the lap number basically equals, if it's equals 0, then it will be continue. And what will we do is it will be basically whatever value it have, it will be basically add that one, and it will basically set that value. Okay, and compile save, and suppose at the same thing we have equals 3, at that time the math should be start. So then if it's equals 1 or 2, let's give it a 2, I guess that will be enough. 2, then we need a branch sum like this. If it's false, should be do this. If it's false, it should be do this, and all of them do the same work. It will be increase the value. And even if it's false, and I need to connect that before checking this, so it should be first check this one, and if it's true, so it's mean that we are completed our lab, that is the true lab which one we need to give. And if it's not, so we can continue our this system. I mean, if it's true, it's mean that our lab system has been executed. And then let's set it to the start lab to finish lab, and it will be set to finish lab. And we can create here a gate. So gate gate, gate, you find something like that. The gate should be open, so whenever they are basically entry, it can be exit without any issue. But if this is a finish, then I'm going to set my lap number to 0, and I'm going to close that gate. So then if even the user try to go inside of that after that 5 time, or sorry 2 time, user not able to go or do some more or give some more overlapped basically or lap. Okay, so that is the basically the system for lab check. Okay, so lab, let's give it name the lab system. I guess it's enough. What you say? Even it's enough. And let's make it something like this. It will be look great. Okay, now for see the visually what's basically going on, or how much lab we have or we give, you can create a UI basically to get the visual of us, to get the visual stuff and data. So in the side of our blueprint class, we can create a UI basically, UI folder. There we can contain our all of the project, the UIs. So yeah, so double click and open, and just simply click on import to we're going to create the widget. So at the widget, let's give it name that lab UI. So at the lab UI, we need to add a canvas panel, and instead of that canvas panel, we'll be going to add a text. So this text will be help us to show the value, what is basically going on, and basically the data. So I'm going to create a as a variable. Let's give it a lab data. Go to event graph, and at the event construct, get all actor from class, and I'm going to get our that finish line BP, that is finish line BP. I'm going to get a copy of that version and create a promote a variable, get let's give it that finish, and as a finish line, I guess finish line, yeah, we can call that finish line data. Okay, great, we have now the finish line data. So compile, save, and because this is a variable, so we can check that. So get, even there's a one more function where get a validity. So if it's a valid or invalid, it will automatically give us the data, and if it's valid, so from that we can get some value, that is the lap number. So get the lap number, and we can basically set that text. So at here, let's give it name that, oh, let me first get a sequence so I can do multiple work at the same time. Say text, it should be something like that, and then we need to convert that to a string, and with this string we can append, so we can join more. Let's give it the lap number. Okay, the lap number should be this. If it's valid, then it should be work, so there's no issue will be happen. And we're going to spawn that with our the finish line BP. So at here I'm going to create widget, and the create widget will be our lap UI, and add to viewport. Yeah, it will look great. Compile, save, and now if I click on play, as you can see we have a text box, but it's not updating. Okay, let's see what is the issue. It's a valid. Oh, let me give it some time after, for example a 1 seconds delay, then it should be do this thing. Compile, save. It's not working. Why it's not working? Lap number, get finish line BP. Did I write correct? Finish. Yep. Oh yeah, I forget to connect. Tishi, sorry. As you can see, the lap number is 0. Now if I give a here, we have this 0. Okay, it should be increased. Let's see what's happening. Entry, exit, if it's false. Okay, I guess I need to change that to like this. If you have, then compile, save. Not sure. We need to give a check what is basically going on. Okay, let me give a check. This one begin overlap RC player, the gate will be open, enter, and exit. Let's give it a print string so I can understand what's basically going on. So print string. It should be work this one, that if it's more than 2 it should be do this, if it's equals 0 then should be plus with that, if it's 1 do this, if it's 2 do this. Okay, and begin play. Let me open the gate also. Compile, save. Okay, let me also get a input from here, print string. Let's give it a number so I can understand. As you can see, it's even didn't working properly. And the number of lab, I guess the gate is doing some stuff. For now, let me just disable that gate and let me just directly pin top. I'm telling seriously, there's some issue on there. Tick, it should be update the number of lab. It's even didn't work this too. Oh, the main issue is of what the heck, I forget. Okay, the gate will be work, guys. Just can I back? No, I can't back. Do you know what is the issue? The basic stuff is I forget to set our class at here. Wow, what a pro level developer. Now it will be work if I even just give it a try, and now you'll be see that it's working. Yep, see, it's working right now. Ah, man, the gate system is correctly done. So gate gate gate, the gate should be open and it should be closed, and should be sorry, it should be open and it should be closed if it's complete done, and otherwise it should be work. Okay, should be work right now. Okay, one is done. Two is done. uh 3. Okay, so as you can see, whenever we complete the 3, it's basically work done, and even if I try to do some more, the lap number will be count 0, or it should be basically the over. So yeah, that's basically what I want, and yeah, it's working. In future we implement more function with that. Will be create the time counter with this. Okay, so let's give it that. Finish now, and let's remove this one. So yeah, I hope you understand. So thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in next tutorial video.